Well, hello, my planner friends. Thank you for joining me today. It is Pam Richards with Pam Richards Paper and Ink. And today I'm going to try something a little bit different with my planner. You may or may not know, if you follow me on Instagram, that I also make cards and do art journaling and Bible journaling. And today I thought I would test out using some of my stamps in my planner on my daily page. And this particular page is an Annie Plans Printable, and it's the daily timed. So, of course, it's for next week, Monday, February 13th, and the whole right side is grid, and the whole left side is timed. And, I love doing my planning. I've been just absolutely absorbed with it, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of card making or journal making because this and my can't talk today, my spirit journal have been taking up quite a bit of time. So I thought, well, maybe I can incorporate my stamping and other art into my planning. Wouldn't that be a perfect world? At least for me it would. So I picked out, as a test, I picked out this stamp. I love this stamp. This is from Art Impressions, and it's an unmounted stamp, and isn't it cute? Coffee, the most important meal of the day. And it's actually two different stamps. And my test today is, I understand most people in the planner community are not going to have these kinds of stamps, but, different stamps are sold at Michael's, and if you're not typically involved with stamping, you may or may not know how to use stamps. So I thought, well, I'll test this out and maybe show people how to do it. So this unmounted stamp, meaning that it is not mounted on a wood block, which I like much better because, of course, they cut around the edge of the stamp, and you can use a clear block and you can get better placement rather than it being on a wood block and you have no idea really where you're placing it. Secondly, you might have seen in Michael's the photopolymer stamps or clear stamps, and those are like this. They're clear, and so I can't get it out of the package. And so when you mount it on a stamp, you're going to be able to see through let's see if I can get one off of here. You're going to be able to see through the clear block and the stamp for exact placement. So, but the stamp I've picked out today is this Coffee Lady. So she is on an unmounted stamp, and that's what I'm going to use today. So, just a little explanation there. And if you look at the picture here, let me keep this over here for you. I plan on coloring her in. Well, the planning paper that I use, even though I print them out myself, it's 32-pound weight. And ideally, if I was doing card making, I would use my Copic markers because I could get this shading, etc., absolutely perfect. But since I'm using this paper in my planner, I won't have that level of control. So I think I'm going to use my chalk inks because I know the chalk inks won't they won't bleed through to the other side of this paper. And as the coloring medium, I will probably use one of my ink daubers. So we'll see how that goes. But any of you that are getting into any of you that are into planning and think you might want to try this, you certainly don't need all these supplies. I just happen to have these supplies. And I need some, let's go ahead and use these. I was thinking I would use a black ink, but I don't want it to be that dark on my planning page. That's the other thing. I don't want it to be super dark on my planning page because I still want to be able to plan. So I am going to try this. Let's see, can you see me? I am going to try using this ink. This is, of course, this is the Versa Magic, as you can see. But this particular color is called what? It's a secret. Oh, here we go. It's called Wheat. So on large stamps like this, you just want to dab the ink on top until you get everything covered. And then my plan is to put her down here and then the little saying, coffee, the most important meal of the day, up here, because my job starts, I start at 8:30. So let me scoot that out of the way. So I plan on putting her right about here. And that way she's not going to interfere with any of my meetings or etc. Now I'm just pressing down for two reasons. I want to make sure that I get full coverage, and secondly, I wanted to make sure that the ink had enough time to get on the paper. Different inks act different ways, and this chalk ink pretty much kind of stays on top of the paper. It's not like a pigment ink that would get into the paper, so to speak. So I just wanted to give it a chance to get on the paper. And then this is nothing but a baby wipe. Whoops. This is nothing but a baby wipe to clean the ink off of my stamp. And I will dry it with a paper towel. And I just use any old brand paper towel. They don't have to be expensive. And I'll put that away in a little bit. Okay, so you can see it's very light on here and not going to be obtrusive to my planner. And I could stop right there. I don't have to color it in. But since this is a test, I'm going to try coloring it in a little bit. Now, it's going to be hard to have control, real control. So coloring in it may not be that good of an idea, but I am going to try. I think I would like a little bit of color. So one of the things I'm going to do, I cut out a little circle just to cover up this this circle right here, the hot Java, because I would like to probably use a regular ink pad, not ink pad, but you know, like a regular ink pen to maybe color that in and write the hot Java. And same thing with that, probably. I think I can cover lightly chalk over that, and that won't be a problem. What I'm digging out right now from my drawer is some Post-it notes, and I'm going to use the Post-it note just to cover her up so that when I'm going over this when I'm going over this coffee cup, I don't color over her. Just a little trick of the card making community, and that right there is her hand. Okay, so I think right now, if I should be covered right there, and if I take one of my, let me get it out. Oops, gotta unlock it. I think I want to try a red, kind of like in there. Now, this dauber, I actually was using one of my Tim Holtz Distress inks, and I know that would work on here really well too. So this dauber, I had abandoned coral on there, so I am just to kind of show you what I'm doing in my craft desk. I'm just simply using a desk that has a keyboard tray, and in the keyboard tray I use these lids with just some styrofoam hand DIY dividers, and I'm going to put all my distress inks in here. So that's what I'm looking at, just so you guys don't think I don't know, just so you don't wonder what I'm doing. And I'm pulling out the abandoned coral. And so let's experiment together. So these daubers are made to put your finger in like this. And I just want to lightly cover. And my thought on this was to do this lightly so that I can still plan, I can still write, and you know, the picture, oop, I want to cover up the lid of my coffee cup as well. So let's do that. Okay, good. And actually, I can cover up that white thing. Let me cut that just a little bit. Although, do I want it to be, you know, I think I want it to be red, and I'm just going to highlight it with probably a black pen. Okay, so I forget what I was saying, but, oh, I wanted, let me get the outside of my cup here. I wanted it to still be light and transparent enough that I could plan, you know, write my plans and everything in there, but still have the illusion of color for the coffee cup. So that's what I am attempting to do here. I think that's good without getting too bright. Let's get a little bit more up here. Okay, so for the big reveal, y'all, let me put my little dauber back, cover up my ink. All right, so let's see what she looks like. And I'll just set these these little note sticky notes aside because I can reuse those, of course. So now you'll see there's one little edge there of the coffee cup that I didn't get because I was covering up her hand. So now I'm just gonna go back and get that little edge. And I don't want the coffee cup to get darker there. I'm gonna leave a little bit of an edge of the coffee cup. Let me show you if I can zoom in just a slight bit. There we go. Let me scoot this up. So I'm leaving just a slight edge of the coffee cup so that when I use my dauber and blend in that ink, it'll blend in with the edge that I already have. And hopefully not look too strange. See? Let me see if I can do that just a little bit better. Shucks. Let me see if I can come over here a little bit. I went a little bit dark on that. That might just have to be good enough. This is a planner after all. It's not a card. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right, so see? There we go. And I think the shading over here is okay. You know, being lighter than it is over here. So that takes care of the coffee cup. Let me show you by putting that little circle there. I'll be able to. You know, I tend to be too much of a perfectionist, but I want that part of the circle to be shaded in as well with the red. So just put that back down. Put this here just to protect my lady in case. And then put this back over here to protect the side of the picture. And get my dauber once again and see if I can't color in this part around the circle just a little bit better. Now, I'm not suggesting that I'm going to do this all the time, but I thought it would be fun to try with my planner page, just because I kind of miss working with my stamps and other mediums because I've gotten so into planning, and I thought this might be a nice little way to incorporate. So here you go. Yeah, see, that works. And then I'm just going to, you know, color that in with one of my pins for my planner. Now for the lady herself, I think it could get a little bit complicated to try to color her in with the chalks. And it would probably get too dark to try to color her in with the chalk inks. What did I just say? I'm not sure it sounded right. I think it would be too dark if I tried to color her in with inks, pen inks, and I think it would be too difficult to try to mask her off and just color in the various areas with chalk ink. So that's all I'm going to do with the inks. What I might do with the rest of it to make her stand out a little bit after I do my planning, I might go over like her hair with a brown pen. Maybe I'll just outline her shirt with like a purple pen, or maybe gray. Gray'd probably be better. It wouldn't stand out so much. But I really think that's, you know, fine for what I'm looking to do. I didn't want it to make it too difficult. And again, this is a test. And the reason I'm testing this is I wanted to see if I might like to try to do this in my Happy Planner for my spirit journal, which I do a lot more writing and stickers and stuff like that. So that's how that's going to look right there. And I think I'm going, so that's up at the top. And I think it can be darker because I'm not going to be doing any writing up there. It's before 8:30 a.m. when I start for work. But I'm going to keep it in the chocolate. Oh, I'm off camera. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep it in the chocolate or brown family to go along with the coffee theme. Let me scoot this back down. Let's make sure it's right way. And let's try that. There we go. Well, it's a little crooked, but I think it's going to be all right. Coffee, the most important meal of the day. How cute. And then I'll put my to-do sticker right there. And there you go. Let me zoom back out. Come on, camera. Zoom out. Oh, why won't it zoom out? That's the one thing about using your iPhone. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and it just keeps going. There. That's one thing about using your iPhone for recording videos. So there you go. Instead of filling up the page with stickers this time, I decided to try a stamp. And I don't know if I want to take your time on this video to finish up the page with the stickers. I think that's probably good for now. But when I do my reveal for next week on my YouTube video, you will see how I finish this up and see how it looks. But let's see, can you see that? The light's really, here we go. The time I'm filming this, I've got a lot of light coming in from my window. So there you go, that's what it looks like. I think it's kind of cute. It wasn't a lot of work, it was pretty easy. So that's it for me today. I thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye now.